feel the soul from the spot people in the room. First of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be here once again. To YO S.O.S, I know y'all warm my heart. I got to spend some time with y'all once again this year during the workshop. And it's always important for me to be able to see what you do. Interesting enough, this morning I woke up and I sent a letter off to a friend of mine who is currently in prison for life for murder. And a couple of minutes after that, I get a text message from a friend of mine that tells me another friend that I know that I know very well was shot in the head and killed just on Park Place in Washington. It's an amazing, complex place to be in, to be able to experience those things. And what you all have been able to do is contribute in many ways to the betterment of how people view people like us, like you. Interesting enough, one thing I should also add is that I want us to talk about briefly, I'm going to give for a couple of minutes what this is word called significance, in terms of the significance that you are creating, that you have created. Full disclosure, myself and somebody who was formerly incarcerated and spent a decade of my life inside of prison. And even in some of the darkest moments that I've had to experience in those days, in those years, it was just 5 years behind me, I was able to find significance, not so much through anything I was able to accomplish inside. I earned a college degree inside, I did so many things. But I was able to find significance the day I was able to open up an envelope and a friend of mine asked me to write a letter to her students. She was a friend of mine I grew up with, and she was a teacher in Fort Greene at the time, and she had known my situation, and she had asked me just to write a letter, words of wisdom to her 7th and 8th grade students, just started talking about my experiences and mistakes I made, and just some words of wisdom. I sent that one letter out to her as she asked, and about 2-3 weeks later, I'm sitting in my cell, I'm in a double cell, I'm in a cell with somebody else, and the CO drops a big manila envelope on the cell gate. I look on the envelope, and it's a letter from that same teacher. As I open it, it's a letter from 17 young people. 17, her entire class wrote me letters. And that one letter that I sent to them ended up being a project where I would end up writing letters to up to 50 kids every 2 weeks, just explaining my own experiences and just offering them words of wisdom. But as much as they may have felt like they were getting something from me, I was getting relevance from them. They didn't know me, they knew about what I was arrested for, what I was convicted for, but they didn't know me from a hole in the wall. They had never met me, they had never seen a picture of me. But somehow they trusted me enough to care for me, to uplift me, and how they uplifted me was by asking me for help and support and guidance. They gave me significance. And I've been able to do so many things in the years that I've been released, including being a part of this wonderful program, YO S.O.S. So when folks have stood up before me and spoken about the things that you've done on television, being on the news for good things, for great things, for amazing things, when you've been able to contribute to projects like Kingston Room to Windows, in spaces where people don't want you inside their stores, like, what are you doing here, right? I know what that's like. Or in participating in helping create the Kingston African Festival. And I want to say create, because you created it. At your age right now, you are creating significance for people in your community. So I don't ascribe to that testament that you're the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I don't. I believe that you're the leaders now. You have the power to create significance now, and you're doing it. You have the skills for it. You have a resume of it. And so as you go on, whether you're senior in high school or you still have a couple more years in high school, never forget that what you have the power to create. Time will get hard, life will keep on lifing, problems will keep probleming. I'm making up verses I know. But understand and never forget that you have the power to create significance. And as you create significance for other people, you only affirm your own significance. Congratulations on your graduation from YO S.O.S. And congratulations to the people who have staffed it from Heather to Joshua to Amy, all the folks here who've been able to help move this program along from when we had just a something on paper several years ago. I appreciate y'all, and once again, congratulations on your own significance.